Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Shrutopa and my channel Crazy Plant Lady is a channel all about plants. I post videos about house plants care, my collection, nursery visit and plants haul. Thank you so much all who have subscribed my channel and who are new here. Please take a moment to subscribe this channel so that you won't miss any new video. I post new video on every Sunday. Today's video is on my Aglaonema collection and about their care. Aglaonema, also known as Chinese evergreen, it's a highly decorative plant with several interesting varieties. It is a very popular house plant nowadays because of its color varieties from dark green to silver and some with hints of red to dark red and some are beautiful pink in color. These plants are slow growing, attractive foliage plants. So without further ado, let's get started with my collection. First one in my collection is Aglaonema harlequin. It's a beautiful Aglaonema with light pink, green and yellow variation. Second one in my collection is Aglaonema red gold. This one is also a beautiful plant with red and green variation. Next one is Siamora or the lipstick Aglaonema. This is the most common Aglaonema we find in any nursery. Next one in my collection is pink Dalmatian. It's a beautiful plant with pink and green variation. Next in my collection is Aglaonema pink splash or Aglaonema prosperity. Another beautiful plant with pink, green and white variation. Next is Aglaonema sparkling Shara. In this plant, the pink is only in the middle of the plant. Next one is Aglaonema prestige. In this plant, the leaves are little round in shape. And the next one is also very popular Aglaonema red valentine. Though it's actually pink in color, but its name is Aglaonema red valentine. Next one is Aglaonema pictum tricolor camouflage. As the name suggests, it has three different colors: dark green, light green and off-white spotted leaves that gives it this cool army look. Next one is Aglaonema anjumani. In this plant, these leaves are elegantly flushed with bright pink or almost red color. Very beautiful, very attractive. Next one is Aglaonema nitidum silver queen. This one is quite common. And next in my collection is Aglaonema first diamond. And the last Aglaonema in my collection is Aglaonema cutlass. This plant is little different. Its leaves are quite narrow in shape. So these are all my Aglaonema collection. Now for their care, let's start with the light conditions. Aglaonemas are low light tolerant plants. They can even survive in extreme low light condition. But they do well in medium to bright light condition. The darker green varieties of Aglaonemas like Aglaonema silver king, Aglaonema silver queen, Aglaonema first diamond, they can grow in low light, while the variegated and lighter color plants require brighter light. Just remember not to expose your variety or any variety of Aglaonema to direct sunlight, as direct sunlight can scorch its leaves. Keeping it a few feet from a well-lit window where it can receive bright, diffuse light is ideal. Some Aglaonema can grow even in fluorescent or any artificial light conditions. Now for water. Aglaonemas prefers to be kept in moist soil during the spring and summer, but make sure the soil is not soggy. In rainy season and winter months, water thoroughly but allow the soil dry out between waterings. Do not allow the lower soil to remain wet, as this may cause root rot. before giving your plant a drink, it is best to check the moisture level in the soil. First, using your finger, dip your finger into the soil, and if your finger feels wet, then don't water your plant. Fill the soil a few inches down to ensure it is not moist right beneath the surface. Overwatering with this plant can be prone to root rot. The key signs of overwatering are yellowing or mushy stalks or leaves. If you find this occurring, then it is best to let the soil dry out completely. Now for soil. A well-drained, lightweight, slightly acidic soil is perfect for aglaonemas. A mixed soil of coco peat, vermicompost, cacti soil and normal garden soil will do best for this plant. Now for temperature and humidity. Aglaonema likes a temperature range of between 18 and 24 degrees Celsius. As these plants come from the rainforest, it loves humidity. But these plants can tolerate typical household humidity levels. If the tips of the leaves turn brown, it means the air is too dry. You can increase the humidity level with a humidifier or you can mist the plant. Humidity tray like trays filled with pebbles and water can also help to increase the humidity level. Just remember to keep these plants away from any cold drafts, air conditioning and heating vents. Now fertilizer. Aglaonema. Actually not only aglaonemas, most indoor plants don't require much food or fertilizer. Use a liquid fertilizer like fish emulsion, seaweed solution or any slow release fertilizer once or twice in a month is more than enough. I use seaweed solutions once in a month and Bloom Body Growth Booster, which is a slow release fertilizer, once in a month. Now, repotting and propagation. Aglaonemas are slow growing and will only need repotting in every 2 to 3 years. The most common way to propagate these plants is by root division. When the plants are big enough, you can separate the plants and pot them up separately. Now toxicity. Aglaonemas are toxic to pets and humans. Typically, ingestion will cause mouth and stomach irritations and skin rashes. I want to add few more tips for the additional care. A common problem with aglaonema is called tipping. When the tips of the leaves dry out and turn brown, this can be caused by a variety of reasons like overwatering, too much fertilizer. The most common cause I find out is tap water, which contains salts, chlorine and fluorides. For those reasons, you can use filtered water. I sometimes use filtered water, but it is not possible to use RO filtered water every time. So, what I do, I leave the tap water in an open container overnight before watering. This helps to remove or evaporate some of the chlorine and fluoride from the water. Nowadays, I am using this method for all my plants. Remove any yellow leaves or brown leaves from your plants by hand so that the plant can focus on new growth. Try to rotate your plants every week so that they can maintain a well-rounded shape. One more thing I want to include in their basic care, that is wiping the leaves with a moistened cotton or microfiber cloth to remove dust and dirt. Keep checking the leaves for any kind of pests or bug infections. If you spot anything, remove that with neem oil spray or just remove the infected leaves to keep the plants healthy. So that's all for today's video. Hope you like this video. If you like it, please don't forget to like, comment and share my video. Thank you so much.